Lagos was a busy city full of noise, cars, and people. But inside the government reserved area, everything was different. The roads were quiet, the houses were big, and the people were rich. They drove fine cars and wore expensive clothes. But there was one strange thing in this place: a mad woman. She was not like other mad people who begged for food or talked to themselves on the streets. No, this one was different. She never begged and she never looked hungry. In fact, she wore fine dresses, the kind rich women wore. Some days she had on gold earrings, other days a shiny necklace. Her hair was always rough and she never talked to people, but she was never dirty. She had a child too, a little boy, no more than 4 years old. He followed her everywhere. Some days, people saw her holding his hand and talking to him in low tones. Other days, the boy would sit beside her, watching the cars pass. Nobody knew where they slept at night. Nobody knew how they survived. Who is she? People often asked. She must have been a rich woman before she ran mad. One trader guessed. But how does she get money for these fine clothes? Another woman asked, shaking her head. No one had an answer. But one thing was clear. The mad woman had a secret. Night in GRA was always quiet. The rich people locked their gates, turned on their security lights, and went to sleep. But one thing happened every night. Something strange that made people talk. A black luxury jeep with dark windows would always stop where the mad woman sat. The car was big, expensive, and silent. The driver never honked, never spoke, never came out. The mad woman would just walk up to the car, open the back door, and take a big bag. One night, Mama Shidi, a food seller, stood by her shop, pretending to pack her goods, but she was watching. See how she carries that bag like a queen, she whispered to her friend, Iyasola. I tell you, and see the way the car just stays there, waiting. Who is inside? Iyasola replied, her eyes wide. Nobody knows. They only come at night. Why? They watched as the mad woman opened the bag, checking inside. Even in the dim street lights, they could see fresh clothes, food, and something shiny, jewelry. The woman nodded to the car, then walked away with her child, disappearing into the darkness. The jeep didn't leave immediately. It stayed there for a moment, as if watching, then slowly drove off. Something is not right, Mama Shidi said, shaking her head. Yes, Iyasola agreed. If it is just kindness, why hide it? Why only at night? The whispers began. The people of GRA had questions. Who was inside that car? Why was a mad woman receiving gifts in the dead of night? And most importantly, what secret was she hiding? The mystery had begun. The rich people of GRA liked to mind their own business, but the mad woman was different. She made them curious. Who is she? Someone asked one afternoon at the market. I heard she was once a rich man's wife, but something happened and she lost her mind, Mama Shidi said, shaking her head. I heard she was a politician's secret lover, Iyasola whispered, looking around to make sure no one was listening. But why does she always have food and new clothes? Where does she get them from? A young girl selling granuts asked. Nobody had an answer. One day, a kind man tried to take her to the hospital. Mama, "Come with me. Let's get you help," he said gently. But the mad woman pulled her hand away. "Leave me alone," she shouted. Another time, a pastor's wife tried to bring her to church. "Sister, God can heal you," she said, holding out her hand. The mad woman turned and ran. Even a herbalist once tried to help. "This woman needs strong medicine," he said. But before they could take her to his shrine, she disappeared for 2 days. No matter what people did, she always found her way back to the same spot in GRA. It was clear she didn't want help. But why? Iya Tokunbo was not the kind of woman to ignore things. She had been selling food in the area for years, and she knew something was wrong. That black jeep. She told her friend Iyasola one night. "It comes too often and always at night." "Yes," Iyasola agreed. "Who is inside? And why only her?" "I will find out," Iya Tokunbo said, her mind made up. That night, she hid behind a tree, waiting. The road was quiet. The mad woman sat in her usual spot, her son playing with a small stick. Then, the black jeep appeared. It stopped beside the mad woman. The back door opened and she got inside. Iya Tokunbo held her breath. "So she enters the car?" she whispered to herself. Minutes passed. The road remained silent. Then, the mad woman stepped out, carrying a big bag. The jeep drove away, its dark windows hiding the driver's face. Iya Tokunbo's hands felt sweaty. "Something is not right," she muttered. The next morning, she told Mama Shidi what she saw. "The woman entered the car?" Mama Shidi asked, eyes wide. "Yes," Iya Tokunbo said, nodding. She sat inside. What if the man helping her is someone important? What if it's someone we all know? The thought made Mama Shidi shiver. If he is doing charity, why does he hide? And why does she keep running from help? Iya Tokunbo had made up her mind. Next time, I will go closer. I will see who is inside that car. But would she be ready for what she was about to find out? Iya Tokunbo was ready. The next time the black jeep came, she would move closer and find out who was inside. But something strange happened. The jeep never came again. Night after night, she waited. Peeking from behind the tree, the road remained empty. The mad woman still sat in her usual spot, but the car never returned. Did they notice someone was watching? Iya Tokunbo wondered. One evening, she shared her thoughts with Mama Shidi. "I have not seen that black jeep in weeks," she said, her face serious. "But the mad woman still has food," Mama Shidi pointed out. "And look at her dress. That is not something she picked from the trash." Iya Tokunbo folded her arms. So, whoever was helping her has changed their plan. But how? She decided to watch the mad woman closely. One afternoon, she saw something. A well-dressed man walked past the mad woman. He didn't stop, didn't even look at her. But just as he passed, he dropped a small bag on the ground. The mad woman picked it up quickly and walked away. Iya Tokunbo's heart pounded. "So this is how they do it now?" she whispered. She watched again the next day. This time, it was a young woman. She sat on a bench near the mad woman, pretending to tie her shoelace. When she got up, a brown envelope was left behind. The mad woman took it and slipped it under her clothes. "Ah, they are being careful now," Iya Tokunbo thought. But why? What are they hiding? Months passed. Then one day, people noticed something shocking. The mad woman's belly had started growing. "She is pregnant," Mama Shidi whispered to Iya Tokunbo. The news spread fast. People gathered in small groups, talking in hushed voices. "How did this happen?" Someone asked. "Who is responsible?" Another person said, "No one has ever seen her with a man." A woman added, shaking her head. The whispers became louder. Could it be the same man who was helping her at night? If he was only helping her with food, then why is she carrying another child? Iya Tokunbo listened to all the talk, but she didn't say a word. Her mind was busy. Something is not right, she told herself. One evening, she saw the mad woman sitting under a tree, rubbing her big belly. Iya Tokunbo walked closer. "Who is the father of your child?" she asked softly. The mad woman looked up, her eyes empty. She laughed. It was a strange, broken laugh. "Father?" she said, tilting her head. "Father is in the wind. He comes, he goes, he hides, he gives." Iya Tokunbo's skin felt cold. "What do you mean?" she asked. The mad woman smiled and pulled out a gold bracelet from her pocket. She held it up like a prize. "He gives me gifts. He gives me babies, but he is a shadow," she whispered. Iya Tokunbo's stomach turned. A shadow? Someone who did not want to be seen? The pieces were falling into place, but she still didn't know the full truth. Yet, one thing was clear. The mad woman's secret was bigger than anyone had imagined. Iya Tokunbo waited. Every night, she sat by her window, watching the street where the black jeep used to stop. But the car never came again. The mad woman still had food, still wore good clothes, but whoever was helping her had found a new way to stay hidden. Then, one night, loud cries filled the air. "She has born a baby!" someone shouted. People gathered around the mad woman. She sat on the ground, holding a tiny baby boy in her arms. Her first son, now older, stood beside her, looking at his new brother with quiet eyes. "She now has 2 children," a woman whispered. "But who is the father?" Another person asked. The mad woman just laughed, rocking her baby. "He is here, but he is not here," she said. "He walks in the dark. He gives, then he hides." Iya Tokunbo's chest felt tight. This woman knew something, but her mind was broken. Later that night, Iya Tokunbo spoke to Mama Shidi. "This is no ordinary story," she said. Mama Shidi nodded. "That woman carries a secret, a big one, and whoever is behind it does not want the truth to come out." By morning, the whole neighborhood was talking. "Someone powerful is behind this," a man said. "Maybe a politician or a rich businessman," another suggested. That woman did not just go mad for nothing. Some people believed she was once a rich man's wife, cast away because she knew something dangerous. Others said she was a mistress, hidden to protect a powerful man's name. "But why does she stay here?" a young girl asked. "If she is mad, why doesn't she wander far?" It was a good question. The mad woman never left the GRA. She sat in the same place year after year, as if she was waiting for something or someone. Iya Tokunbo listened to the gossip, but she was thinking about something else. The black jeep had vanished, but the mad woman still had everything she needed. Someone was still watching her, someone who did not want to be seen, and that person would do anything to keep their secret safe. The air in the GRA felt different. People noticed it. The mad woman, once seen in fine clothes, now wore rags. The food that used to appear in her hands was gone. Her face, once calm despite her madness, now looked troubled. Iya Tokunbo watched carefully. Something had changed. At the same time, a well-known politician in the area had started acting strange. His usual confident walk had turned into nervous steps. His guards whispered to each other. His driver's face was always tight, like he was holding onto a secret too big to tell. Then one day, near the big supermarket, two women whispered behind Iya Tokunbo. They said he hasn't been sleeping well. The first woman said, "Why?" The second woman asked. They said someone knows something dangerous. Iya Tokunbo felt her stomach twist. Could it be that this powerful man was connected to the mad woman? That night, as she sat outside her house, she saw the mad woman sitting in the dark, rocking her baby. The older child sat beside her, silent as ever. Iya Tokunbo walked up to her. "What happened?" she asked. "Why don't you have food and clothes anymore?" The mad woman turned her head slowly. A strange smile played on her lips. "They are afraid," she whispered. "They think I will speak." Iya Tokunbo's skin felt cold. "Who?" she asked. The mad woman only laughed. Then she held her baby close and whispered, "The night is listening." Late one night, Iya Tokunbo walked home from Mama Shidi's house. The street was quiet, the air heavy. Just as she turned a corner, she heard voices in an alley. She stepped closer and peeked. Two men stood in the shadows, speaking in low tones. They wore black shirts and caps. "The woman is becoming a problem," one of them said. "We have to handle it before it gets out." The other replied. Iya Tokunbo's heart pounded. They were talking about the mad woman. What did they mean by handle it? She took a small step back, but the dry leaves under her feet made a sound. The men stopped talking. The air around her felt heavy. Then, footsteps behind her, slow, steady, coming closer. Iya Tokunbo turned, but before she could see who it was, the screen goes black. What happens next? Will Iya Tokunbo escape? Will the mad woman survive? Find out in the next part. Don't forget to like, share, and follow so you don't miss it.